Fire did grow to 4,900 acres overnight, and that was as of some mapping within the last hour. At this time, there's going to be no changes to the pre-evacuation notices or the evacuation notices. The only change is going to be that Squirrel Creek Road is opening. We will have some further updates that will come online and through peak alerts throughout the day. Currently, there's a lot of concern over the heavy winds and the low humidity today. Firefighters want to ensure that they can get control on the fire. That's why at this time we are not saying that there's any containment related to the fire. Currently, our areas that we're most concerned about are on the north end of the fire and on the east end of the fire near Milne Road. So that is where the majority of firefighting efforts are at this time, and why we have not rescinded these evacuation notices. The centers are still open at Hanover High School and Middle School for shelters if people need them, and those will be open throughout the day. Again, all of this is subject to change as far as evacuation notices depending on the weather and how things change, and we're hoping that we can get some positive weather throughout the day. Is there any questions?
What's in front of where the fire is going now? Is it pretty much terrain like this, sparse housing, or is there anything more concentrated in front of where the fire is now?
So the fire is moving in a northeastern direction from about this location, which is sparsely populated, but it is moving towards more heavily populated areas along Milne Road and Squirrel Creek Road. So that's why we have so much firefighting equipment on those eastern edges. And that's why we're focusing on there to keep it away. We were lucky that the fire did start in this area where it is mostly prairie, kind of some valley areas. There's not very many residences in this general area where it started, but it is moving that direction.
But you're opening Squirrel Creek Road, that's not at risk, even though you said the fire's kind of burning along that road?
At this time, we are opening Squirrel Creek Road. The firefighters feel confident that they can open it at this time. But again, that's one of those things that if things change and the conditions change, that could close at a moment's notice. And that's why we encourage the public to go towards peak alerts and get those alerts from the sheriff's office and from the regional area so that we can notify people when the weather is going to change or when these conditions will change.
Now, we are hearing from fire crews right now in El Paso County. You could see it right now on your screen. This is a developing story. We know fire crews, they're concerned with heavy winds in that area. They were saying that there's not a lot of residents where this fire started, so they are glad that the fire started in that area where they're not seeing a lot of structures.